be starting out soon. Just waiting to get situated here. Let's see. Two, one. Hello and welcome to Artclstudios. I am Hanciel, and today we're back with another live stream. And the show is called Drawing and Talking, as we've been doing for the past couple of days, weeks. We've been chilling and drawing. So today's topic will be anime. And what better way to talk about anime than with animation? So today I will be creating an animation, studying movement and studying the animation, the body in motion. All right, let's start sending out the invitations. Alrighty. Alrighty. So yeah, what's on your mind when we talk animation? What do you think about? So to me personally, I think of people in motion. Growing up, I watched Dragon Ball Z was one of my favorite animations of all time. Even though their animation wasn't the best, just in terms of storyline, I really enjoyed it. And after that, I learned about the debate of whether Dragon Ball Z is considered an animation or not. I mean, whether it is considered an anime or not. Which to me it is, and to most it is, but to some it says it behaves like a comic in pause for the most part, because they talk a lot and they explain a lot. And that's their style of doing things. Alright, let's see. The stream is going, the audio is working, everything seems to be on point. Yeah? Okay, yeah. Alright, so let's get started with the animation bit of it. So I'll be using an animation. I'll be using one of my fellow capoeiristas. Let me find his handle, which I forgot what it was. Let's see. And by the way, capoeira is a Brazilian martial arts, or Brazilian game, as they call it, play, originated from Angola, Africa, taken to Brazil, through the slave trade, as they call it. All right, there we go. The slave trade, which also brought a lot of African influences things to the Caribbean and South America, and the Americas as well. Okay. So, can't remember to find his Instagram, but this is him right here on the screen, and I'll be pretty much just studying from this movement, and I'll try to recreate some of these movements while in motion. So tonight I'll be live only to 11:30, as it makes my life easier to just do an hour and not overdo it. All right, so that seems to be a good move. All right, we can start with that. So for animation, I'm using Sketchbook Pro, which is a free software that you can download on any platform. I think is also on iPad. On the computer and the Mac it has, and the PC it has this flipbook feature that I'll be using tonight. It's called Flipbook, pretty much. Alright, so we get started with that, and it gives you the frames that you need, whether you want to do 24 frames a second or 12. Where is my pen? Place the drawing mat. Without that, I can't draw. There it is. Found it. This is a drawing pencil. Alright, so talking anime and animation as I animate something here. Alright, so like I said, my favorite animation growing up was Dragon Ball Z. Then I never got really into Naruto, which Naruto was also a cool animation. I got to watch some episodes, but it just had too many fillers, and it wasn't there for me, because I'll kind of lose track, and it was a lot of story. Alright, let's see if I move this up a little bit more. Yeah, but it was good to know about it, so the latest animes that I've watched are My Hero Academia. I also saw Full Metal Alchemist and Attack on Titans. They're all pretty different, and topics that were very interesting, each one. But one of my favorite ones that I didn't mention yet was what's that one? Berserk. Berserk had a very broad theme, and it was one of the most intense animes that I've seen, aside from Attack on Titans, which was very gruesome. But the topics shared in... Alright, let's get loose. The topics shared in Berserker and Full Metal Alchemist were very, very deep. And that changed the whole game for me. And when it comes to people saying the anime was for kids and things like that. And not to say that I'm a big anime guy, that I don't know all the animes out there, but those that I've seen are pretty deep. And if you guys have any suggestions on what animes to watch, please let me know, as we are in quarantine and some of us seem to have a lot of time in our hands. So feel free to suggest any animes that you want to share, that you think will provide any value to people's lives. Alright, we have commercials, and we mute those. Hey bro, welcome. Tango 8 88. Thank you for coming to the live. So tonight we're talking anime and animation. So we were talking about mixed yellow and blue. Hey, Renee, welcome. Talking anime, animation. What's your favorite animation? What's your favorite anime? Mentioned that I've watched Full Metal Alchemist, Dragon Ball Z, and Berserker, and a couple of more that, you know, have very, very deep storylines that most people think animation is for kids because they're like the target audience, but adults make animations, you know, and those are the things that, like, the adults there are telling stories that they, you know, that are not for kids, I'll say, but for the most part, the stories are doable. Kids watch it and stuff. But if you watch some of the things you watch as a kid, now as an adult, you'll see that the things were not meant for you to watch. Were meant for your parents, because again, all these things were made by adults. So yeah, super, super intense. And let me know in the comments there, what animes are you guys into, or what animations have you guys seen lately that really left a mark on you? Because it's all about connecting with people out here, you know, especially in these quarantine times where we're by ourselves, we feel a little isolated. It's good to, you know, connect. And one way to do that is through social medias. Yeah, for me personally, a lot of the animes I've seen, they're very emotional, most of them. Also, like the animations by Toriyama. I like throwback cartoons, Boomerang. All right, so what are some of the Boomerang cartoons that you've seen? Remember Tom and Jerry, one of the classics. Arte Carlos Miguel, bienvenido al en vivo. Estamos hablando animación y anime. Y estoy animando movimiento. So I'm animating somebody doing capoeira, which is one of my favorite sports or hobbies or dances to do, which is also considered a martial arts, from Brazil, originally from Angola. So I'm just going here, and this video was brought to us by a fellow capoeirista that I can't remember the name, which I feel horrible, but I'll be sharing his name and his Instagram, so you guys can go and follow him, as he allowed me to use his video, which I really appreciate. Let's see if I find him now. Oh, there we go. Quebrado. That's his Instagram. AKQUE. I'll put it in the comments here so you guys can find him. This is his Instagram. Quebrado. He allowed me to use his video to animate. So you guys can find him. He's a capoeirista. Let me send him this live too so that he can see that we're talking about him. All right, let's find him. Okay, there we go. All right, we're live studying your video. There we go. So yeah, so talking capoeira, talking anime, talking movement, body movement. And animation is a very slow process. Animación es un arte bien complicada. Super long-term process. So once you commit to an animation, a project, for those people that want to go in that route, animation, it's you're in it for the long run, friends. So kind of like, well, you should enjoy doing what you're doing anyways. But if you're going in this route, know that this thing will be a long-term process. And yeah, so the first rounds. Let me do this on this layer. So a little bit about this software that I'm using, Sketchbook Pro, free software like I mentioned. Very limited though when it comes to animation. It only has 3 layers. It has a background layer that stays the same, which is this red line. There's a midground, which that's where I do sketches, and then the foreground is where I clean up. Only 3 layers, which is fine for me because this thing won't be finalized. I want to watch sooner. I'm teaching. Oh, okay, no worries. The live will stay up, and also it's going on YouTube. So yeah, we'll be here for forever. Let's say that. Yeah. So also I'm on YouTube, so you can find me Artclstudios, and go ahead and give me a subscribe and like the video. So yeah. So thank you for coming through. Thank you so much for allowing me to use your video. And yeah, so I'm using Sketchbook Pro, a free program, limited resources, but like I said, it's perfect for what I need, which is just pretty much sketching. Welcome. Thank you for joining and passing through. Again, we're talking animation, we're talking motion. And the things about animation is that mostly, a lot of the things you'll see are shapes. So I'll be going through it a bit quick, and we have one frame down and pretty loose. And I skipped a lot. So studying the movement of the body, that's a good frame there. And then we jump back into the board. And this thing has onion skin, which is these squares on the bottom here that allow me to see the previous frame. This is the drawing, but now blank one. And now I always like to choose the middle of the torso as the core as the center for the person. That way I can tell the movement. Hey Lupo, welcome. Memo, what's up, man? Alright, so animation. And the reason why I'm practicing animation is because I have a feeling there's a lot of work to be done in animation. So I'm just prepping up here and having you come along in my learning journey. So again, for animation, you have to always think about shapes. So for the body, I will use a box here. For the head, a circle. For the shoulders, circle. And boxes for the rest, and diamonds. Hey, welcome. So again, like I said, the animations that I've seen are very emotional, emotion-based, but also have been very martial arts driven. And I think that's one of the reasons why I've never done karate or anything like that, but I got into video games, fighting video games, because of anime, things like that, and always wanted to do martial arts. The only one I got to do was capoeira again, and that's why I'm drawing a capoeirista here. I got to do capoeira for like a short time though, like in a school, which is recommended to always better join a school. I did it for like a year on and off, maybe like 6 to 10 classes in total. But I always practice it on my own. Again, the best route to go is with a teacher, with a maestro. But YouTube is there. Learn a lot of things from YouTube. And just experimenting, like experimenting is one of the best teachers. Just going in there and not knowing what to do, you'll figure it out. All right, so let's move with this. And now, if I go back and forth here, we see some movement. And I'll keep going. And I'm skipping because this is 24 frames per second, which is the number on the bottom here. Those on the live can't see, so let's move the screen a little bit more. All right. 1111 make a wish, they said on the song. Alright, so by the way guys, if you guys can, go ahead and check out the stream on my link on my YouTube and see if the audio is working correctly. I see that the audio volume is good, but I'll just say hello here just to be sure that it's, yep, it should be working. And back to this. So yeah, I was saying that the reason why I skip a frame here is because I'm animating on 2s, which is 12 frames per second pretty much. But I'll leave it open like that just in case I need to fill in betweens, which are the motion that will accumulate or make the motion seem a little smoother. So I'll leave that empty for now. But as we see here, now we're moving to the 3rd frame, and we're just gonna grab here the video and just move it up a little bit. So this is the motion where we started with, and I think that's about, and what I'm doing now is just keyframes, which are, let me move him back a little bit because it might keep moving forward. And keyframes or key poses are the ones that will like pretty much mark the movement. Movements that are pretty crucial, important for the animation to seem like a good place to begin, a good place to start. And again, guys, I'll be only live until 11:30. I've promised myself and my wife that I'll be doing lives only for an hour instead of 2. So you guys are welcome to join in and ask questions at any time, as this will be sort of short, and I'll be in and out before you know it. It'll be an hour. So again, like I said earlier, I like to draw the core, which is from the belly button to the groins, pretty much the center of the body, sort of to indicate the movement, and that's the center of a human being. And the live is paused. It's reconnecting. All right, it's back on. And to those who don't know, this is Drawing and Talking with Artclstudios. This is a weekly or daily show where I talk and draw. You guys are welcome to join me in talking about the topic, which today is animation and anime. It's a show that just happened. You know, I've been having ideas for things for a long time, but this quarantine really gave me the push that I needed to say, hey, you got nothing to lose. Fear is out the window, because there's so much going on right now that this is one of the least things to worry about. You know, embarrassing yourself, saying the wrong thing. And in general, it should be like that. You know, you should have less fears, less worries. As last time we spoke about courage in our last Drawing and Talking, which was Friday, we spoke about courage and the reason why we should be fearless, you know, and follow our dreams, which is what we always hear. But you really got nothing to lose when you follow your dreams. You would think that you have a lot to lose, but you would gain a lot more than you. Well, you probably lose some things, but you would gain a lot more things than you would have lost. Alrighty. So some people, the way they will do animation is they will do the skeleton, which is sort of to understand where the bones are. But I sort of have an idea where the bones are, and if I were to draw the skeleton, I will waste a lot of time. Where with this, I can pretty much make out a movement here, and you can see something already. Boom. And right now, I'm not too worried about the perfect position. I'm not too worried about getting the animation super cracking that whip. Oh yeah, no, I have to respect, man. It's wife time is a happy wife is a happy life, as they say, right? All right, so we got him here, and now the leg. Let's do about this high. And yeah, so I'm not too worried, like I said, I'm not too worried too much about the positioning of the character, as things would change throughout. The thing I'm worried the most about is just having something on paper, having something on that blank canvas, which is again one of the scariest thing is to see a blank canvas. So the moment you have one line on it, you can pretty much guide yourself and expand the drawing. And in Naruto, they do this thing that's pretty awesome, which sometimes you would think that their animation is super strict. Cesar Jimenez, bienvenido al en vivo. Welcome to the live. In Naruto, they do this thing where they destroy the human body. The anatomy really doesn't matter as long as you feel the movement, which sometimes you see a punch look like this or a blur, and that would mean something. As we see, well, I'll show you in a second how this motion would be represented in a different way. If it's moving slow, the leg will kind of disappear. And let me erase this part here. If you have questions again about the software that I'm using, so in here, I'll show you in a second. If you have any questions about the software that I'm using, feel free to ask. I also have the link in my YouTube bio, so you guys can find the software right there. Even though this is not a sponsorship or anything like that, I just think that this product is super amazing. It has served me well for this past years, and be cool if other people know about it, you know. Like I said, well, in some videos I've said that I'll be leaving it soon, but I'm still hesitant because of I've learned so much from it, and it's pretty user friendly. The interface is pretty smooth, and as you go, you start developing your workflow. But again, it's one of my favorite softwares to use for the past maybe 5-6 years. All right, so here we have frame number 4. All right, so we got one, and he looks like he's getting smaller. All right, this leg is making him lean too much, so I'll just grab the whole drawing and rotate him just a bit to make him look more firm on the ground. And I'll go back here just to show you what I mean by the blur effect. And we'll put him right there. All right. So, and now another trick that I do is like, I look at anchors, right? The anchor point right now is this leg here, this leg. So I'll focus on that leg, and let me take away, can change how many frames I can show. I'll just show the frame before that one, that way I don't get so confused. Actually, I'll just show the frame after it. Yeah, because I'll be going from that previous frame to that one. And I'll be looking at the drawing. Alright, so in this frame, leg is in place, and it comes out a little bit, and the butt is a little lower. And for this leg, again, I don't have to, I can just create this blur effect. Which right now seems like a mess, but you would understand what I mean when I make him a little lower. Oh, and it's actually backwards. Alright, so I have this thing. I can just delete the whole thing. And yeah, so again, animation, they usually say for you to get up and do the movement yourself. That way it'll be easier to animate. But I'm watching the video live, I can't do these moves right now. But yeah, so they usually say for animators to do the movements so that they can feel, because that way you're sort of like channeling the movement so you understand it better. And now we get to see, maybe we can make them a little smaller. And we'll do the one before. So we'll make him a little smaller as well. And we go boom, boom, boom. And now, see that the motion is there. Let's see what that looks like. Super fast. And again, I'm playing with the motions, and timing is something else that would go afterwards. But yeah, you just gotta do the thing and correct mistakes. Do it in correction. Alright, so the arm here doesn't show. The head is over here. The other arm is about here. Let's move them up a little bit. And thank you to those staying in the live for as long as you are. Appreciate it. Again, we're talking animation. Let me know what your favorite animation character is, or your favorite character overall. Hey, welcome Amir RPG. That's my wife keeping tabs on me. I'm just kidding. She likes to chime in sometimes and talk about what we're doing. And yeah, the motion of the ocean. It's also something hard to animate. Alrighty. So I think that's good enough. And we can make this a little blurred too. That way, because the leg hasn't stopped. And since the leg hasn't stopped, we can pretend that we don't see it. Because if something moves very fast, well, you'll see why I'm blurring out these limbs. Alright, so we have, leg is gonna come. And also in terms of speed, that would also dictate how you, this is a slow motion, so that's great for me, so I can clearly see the movement. Alright, so this is where we are now. And this, let's stop right there. Actually, let's see if I can stretch this whole frame over here. Alright. So frame number 8 is my 5th frame. 6. And turn on the onion skin again for the previous frame. And now let's take a look at this leg here. The leg on the, wait, can you see? Nope, you can't see it, but. So the leg on the floor, let's look at the leg on the floor and let's see how much it changed. So you see that's the pivot point right there. So that leg doesn't move. So therefore, I'm gonna be focusing on that leg to start with. Just to make sure I mark that as the pivot point. So the leg stayed there, and now his whole body shifted. And again, I'm using boxes and squares to showcase the legs and the thighs. And for the core, I just do a circle. And now the leg came out. Let's thicken this up a little bit. Alright, we got boom. Alright. And now the leg went all the way out here. And another trick that animators use is they always focus on curves. So they are the C curves and the S curves, which makes everything a lot easier. I haven't been doing it though, but it's a good reminder for myself actually. But here I can definitely make out the motion of the S, which is the leg here, and the foot. And now the leg goes out open. Welcome, my fin works. Alright, so let's see the question. How long have you been animating? So I've been animating, I guess a fan of animation for a long time, but doing it myself, on and off, let's say, because animation is something that you constantly have to practice. I've been doing it for like six years or so. But one thing that I have been is studying the body for a long time, right? Because animation, it's all about the studying of motion. So as I grew up a dancer and very fan of martial arts, I would try these moves myself and see like how my body shifts in different ways. Yeah, but animation is something that I feel like you always have to keep practicing because there's always something new that you can learn. And I'm like in the beginning stages still. Um, Something that I feel like I want to get way better at because it's something very useful. And that's why I'm doing these animations because I want to get better at them. And like I have a lot of fears of making mistakes and things like that, but I can't let that stop me from, sharing what I'm doing and doing the thing, doing the animation. All right. And they also say like if you do it with energy, with speed, it sort of translates even better than if you really think about the motion. Because like I said in Naruto, they have this, hey Naruto 1285, as I said Naruto, hey Y Film Works, thank you for joining the live. And to those on YouTube, also welcome to YouTube Live, Drawing and Talking with Artclstudios. This is my stream where I draw and I talk, and you guys also can talk if you want to. So you're welcome to join me anytime. And welcome Luigi25. Welcome. All right, so we got a somewhat of a motion. And this is what I was saying about the blur. You see, like, so because there's no drawing in the middle here, it goes automatically to a kick, and you can see the motion there. Let me get rid of this because this may be a little distracting. I did go to school and I took like a couple animation classes, so I know some technical stuff, but I'm still learning when it comes to terms and things like that. And I do know that when you do a middle frame here, it's called tweening, the in-betweens or tweens, which some programs make it easier than others. But in this program, because I'm drawing frame by frame, which means every frame, 24 frames is 1 second, and the whole thing it's frame by frame. Some programs make it easier where you can just put one drawing and tweak the joints like up and down, and that saves some time. But I like traditional stuff. I like taking the hard route. Alright, so I'm gonna be doing another in between, sort of like the same thing I did here with this one to get here from here, and then from here to here I'll do another in between. Like I said, these things in the middle, they could be a little rougher than the regular ones because people won't see it. It will be super fast. And I'm gonna just add a bunch of blurriness here and just make sure that the hand stays on the same ground. The head will be here, the body comes somewhat out here, and the curves. And this is not per se like a tutorial. I'm just showing you my thinking process. My thinking process as I'm going through these motions. Tutorial will be more formal where I'll explain like why I'm doing a lot of the things. I don't know. I'm just having fun here. All right. So you see, even the elbow here doesn't make a lot of sense. It looks like a curved weird thing, but again, because the frames would happen. Let me see if I can drop down the frame rate. Frame rate. let's see what happens if I play. Alright, so see the motion? Starting to look like something already. Let's leave it playing for a couple of bits. So it's starting to look like a kick, and all the drawings that I did before don't matter because you can't see anything. Because it happens so fast. But now one thing I can do, I can just manually separate these frames, and you guys will see more of the drawings. Alright, and let's see what happens now. Even might look a little choppy because of the separations of the frame, but that's animation in a nutshell, you know. It's a lot of movement and kicking butt. We got 15 minutes left on the live. Hey Dabiel, welcome. Hey Jaja, welcome to Drawing and Talking with Artclstudios. Lupo Black, welcome, man. So the animation is pretty much going there, and like I said, the drawings here and on the 8th frame don't make a lot of sense, and the one on the 13th frame don't make a lot of sense. You see the leg is all curved. In Naruto, they make the faces look like this, and that scene shows speed. The eyes will look like this. Literally, like if you watch Naruto and you pause in the middle of like the animation, it looks super weird. But it also makes everything super flowy, which is the way to transmit energy through animation. And one of the reasons why I fell in love with animation is because I love movement, you know. Like I said earlier, I'm a dancer. Grew up dancing in my church and dancing in my school. So it's something that I enjoy, and now I'm pursuing dancing, but in another realm, which is the digital realm, which will be, again, if you didn't notice already, it's the way of the future. Everything is digital, and I just want to join the wave. Naruto. All right, hard work, bro. Yeah, thank you. It's pretty cool. Thank you, Dolomablo. Thank you, Lupo. Yeah, it is a lot of work, but again, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Shot Corda. Welcome to the live. And yeah, so it is a lot of work, but that's why, like, so I had somebody recently ask me about an animation project that they wanted to create, you know. And animation is not cheap. It looks fun once it's done, but it is a lot of work. As you can see, I mean, I've been talking a lot, probably a lot more talking than drawing. But you see what I've done only in an hour. In an hour, this is what I've gotten. And I had the reference ready beforehand, you know, which is Acá Quebrado, a capoeirista that I follow, that, you know, I'm a fan of his, and he said that he loves my work, so appreciate that. But yeah, within an hour, already with all the references that I needed, pretty much. And hey, Jono21, welcome and congrats on your engagement, man. Congrats. Yeah, so it's a lot of work to create animation, but it's something that I really love, you know. And I'm willing to work on animation as long as the project is awesome, and I have a couple of friends and colleagues that are working on some things pretty soon, because so one really good thing about animation, and especially for those directors and writers out there, Chito, bienvenido, welcome to the live. For directors and writers and movie guys, it's one plus that you don't really need a casting director when it comes to actors. You don't have to cast your actors. Your actors are pretty much your animators. So if your animator is a good actor or can see emotion and it's good in that route, he may be a good animator. Let's see if that makes sense. So for directors and movie guys that are sometimes struggle with finding the right actor, with the animator, what the animator does is that he creates the character, so he's able to shape the character in whatever way he wants. But the biggest thing about animation is making sure that you're transcending the emotion, or you're making the audience feel what the character is doing. And again, you save some time with animation and in terms of like casting and things like that, but you spend a lot of time working on it. So it's an equilibrium. Everything is like I learned in The Alchemist, the show. Everything is perfect balance. You know, you have to give in order to get. And I forgot exactly what how the line of the show is, which they also always mention it. But that's pretty much everything in the world. You know, the alchemy of the world is in order to receive, you have to give, and that's something I give by. I live by. All right, so we're back here, and as you see, the leg is pretty much staying in place. That one jumped. All right, so I've got to bring this leg down a little bit. Bring it down and stretch it up a little bit. All right, so we go boom. So from here to here is a big jump. And again, with in-betweens looking for those up. But here we have the leg pretty much staying in place. And now this is the final leg. And I can probably go on a little faster if I would follow my rules, which are the S curves and C curves. Like I can do it in the background here so I can remember. S curves, C curves. Those are the what makes things look flowy and energetic. Ismael, welcome. And Jaja, yeah, equivalent exchange, that's the word. 6x12, welcome. Equivalent exchange, that's the right term, exactly. So that is what everything in life is. So an animator has a lot of work to do, but the director doesn't have to deal with actors, which is a plus sometimes. Now the other thing about the animation is getting a good voice actor, if there's any voices. That's also a challenge. But like I said, maybe easier because you can just play around with voices and tweak them in so many ways. You don't really have to see or be physically there in order to make voices. So there are some pluses. And if you know, thank you. Yes, cough. Yeah, so if you know voiceover actors, send me your DMs. Because we will be probably needing you pretty soon. People that do voiceovers, I got you on the voice. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of people for voiceovers, and because I don't know where we're going, but we know we're doing something. We're gonna be doing something after this quarantine stuff, and in between too. So, all right. So this, let's see the motion. Boom. We got something there looking like a kick. All right. And we got 8 minutes left. I'll probably just leave it to 11:40. 11:40 will be my time to go because I don't know, sometimes a voice on a character can easily ruin the anime. It is very true. The voice on the anime, yeah. There's an anime on Netflix that I saw. I don't want to mention it. Especially if the voice actor doesn't portray the emotion properly. Yes, that's very true. There's a couple of shows that I saw on Netflix that I couldn't finish watching. I thought the storyline was really cool, but I just couldn't get into it because the voice acting was so bad. Yeah, so that is true. A good voiceover can ruin, a bad voiceover can ruin a good anime. I mean, for the first season of, all right, so in the first season of my Full Metal Alchemist, the voice actor for the little brother wasn't too convincing. The second, well, there was two Full Metal Alchemists, and then there was another Full Metal Alchemist. The second one kind of made a better story, and the voice actors were better. All right, so in this pose here, he kind of flies off, and his leg is off the foot. I mean, off the floor. All right, so his leg goes all the way, and I think that's a good place to stop. Both legs are in the air. But as you saw, he did a swing here. So the swing goes from, let's see, he's going to rotate his hip stays, let's say right here. The leg comes all the way down here. Especially, I have a friend I know, another dude that could do voiceovers. Send him over. It's Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yes, Brotherhood was much better. Yes, Brotherhood had a better storyline, and I did see both of them. Even though I didn't know actually that the second one was a restart, like a completely revamping of the whole show. So I saw them both, but I did have the book. And I was like, when does this character come in? Because so I had the manga, and I saw this character. I saw this character, but I didn't know who he was. And he doesn't come in Full Metal Alchemist, but he does come in Brotherhood. And I was expecting that character to come in, and I didn't see him until I saw that Brotherhood. But yeah, so it was something very, very emotional, that whole story, and kind of makes a lot of sense in real life. So if anyone wants to get into anime, that's definitely a must-watch. Very highly recommended. Alright, so the leg comes from here to here. As it's like flowing or whatever. Looks like Chancha kicking. Wait. Is that Moises? Who's shot Corta? Let me see. It must be a family member, because not a lot of people know, but my nickname is Chanche. And all my family call me that, and my brother and my mother, mostly families. And yeah, that's a fun fact about me. All my life I've been called Chanche. This is the first time that I'm saying it in public. And in church too. My friends in church also. Edgar Kiko, dímelo, Kiko. Yeah, so I was like, wait, who is this person? Mysterious Corta. Oh yeah, so that's icebreaker right there. But yeah, so Full Metal Alchemist is a must-watch, and animation is something that I will forever pursue. Even though it is hard and I will be off and on, but it's oh no, don't worry about it, man. It's actually fun and relieving to say it out loud, because it's like a secret that I had, but nobody knew that I had that secret. So it's kind of fun to just relieve relieve that out there. Yeah, so, and it's gonna go down in history. All right, so One Piece, One Punch Man, yes. One Piece is that never-ending anime that if you're looking for an anime to always watch, and there's always content for it, and I don't know if there's a lot of fillers, but there might be more fillers, better fillers than Naruto, in my opinion. I don't know. I've started to watch One Piece like how many times? Oof. Like maybe 10 times. And because I just think about how long it is and how it's never ending, I stopped watching it. But yeah, One Punch Man is also really cool. One Punch Man, I don't know, it's like overhyped. It's good, don't get me wrong. One Punch Man is really good. Fist of North Star was my thing. I haven't heard of that one. I have to look into that. You need to be very special person to type to watch One Piece all the way there. Yeah, One Punch Man is good. Like, I'm not saying it's not good, but it's it's so fast. Like, I like fight scenes, man. I like fight scenes, and I like the story to be built around there. I mean, probably a spoiler, but the last fighting scene in One Punch Man was really good, and that was really fun to watch. But a lot of the other stuff just feels like he just gets up and beats him up, boom, done. And the storyline, it is very intriguing and very interesting. And yeah, it's a great storyline. I just think the fight scenes are too quick, especially coming from him, from Saitama. Rafaelín, bienvenido. Estamos hablando de anime, de One Punch Man. And Rafaelín came and left, I think. But yeah, so can't have a long fight scene with a guy that punch that wins with throwing a single punch. And yeah, that's what killed it for me in a way. But I think, is there season 3? I think I've seen season 1 and 2 maybe, but I don't think I've seen season 3 if there is. But I love to keep watching that anime. That show was really good, especially because the characters, like, it's the underdog that decides to one day become the badass, and I mean, I can relate to that character in so many ways, and I'm sure some people can. Okay, so let's see. That's the whole point of it. That's what make it funny. He's supposed to be an untouchable character, kind of like Superman. It says Naruto 1285, and it's not out yet. Okay, so season 3 is not out yet. Good to know. But yeah, it's super exciting though to see how this one character just like defeats the enemies like with one single blow. And Superman is sort of like the it guy for the Western world, and he was for a long time the it guy, but now this guy comes out of nowhere, just like really comical too. I really love the simplicity, and that's another thing about animation, and that show says it perfectly. It's like it doesn't have to be super detailed at all times, but then they defy everything when they make things look super, super, super neat. And he gets super strong from this blank face to a super cool guy. And yeah, that makes anime super special for me because of the way of animating. I'm not into anime, but I know a bit. Have cousin who's into it. Yeah. No, Jaja is a guy that's very into it, and he's recommended me a lot of things. So the live will be ending in 25 seconds. I appreciate those coming in. I appreciate your time with Artclstudios, joining and talking. Again, I also appreciate Aka Quebrado for allowing me to use the live finish. I appreciate Aka Quebrado for lending me his video to study it. Big shout outs to him. The animation is not finished, as you can see. The live ended. And I might just sneak in just a little bit longer here so that people in my live would have to go to my YouTube and subscribe. So that's how I'm going to get people. Come to the YouTube world and subscribe to see more. So I'm just going to do 10 more minutes here. And I'll play it at the end. And I'll be uploading these animations on TikTok. I created a TikTok. I have only one video there. But let's see what it looks like. Excuse me. Alright, so this last frame is really tiny. This guy's a little longer, and then here he gets really short. So we gotta make him a little bit bigger. And I appreciate people coming in to YouTube and subscribing and liking. Also, leave a comment on what to talk about the next live. I'm looking for topics. I put it on my Instagram every day. I put a question box so that people can ask about anything and what do people want to talk about. And we'll continue to do that. Tomorrow's live, I'll probably just do a little bit. Damn, I really wanted to animate this. That looks amazing. Wow. And I want to learn how to do that for real. All I know how to do is cartwheels and front flips. But that is like the whole body of the floor. Boom. Damn. Acá quebrado. Sheesh. I'm gonna see if I can convince him one of these days to give me a class. So I can learn and show some moves out here. I was gonna do capoeira today a little bit, but I forgot about the music. Man, the music is what brings life. I was gonna do some capoeira today, but it was raining all day and I didn't go outside. Alright, so let me just get in a little bit more here. Let's see. Yeah, that is too fast. Let's move this out a little bit. You see, it's like a super fast kick right there. Boom, 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 boom. So musicians and people that love beats will really be good at animation because everything's about timing and tempo. Boom, 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 boom. And I play the drums too, so I do a little bit of everything, but I've decided to focus on drawing. But everything helps when it comes to making animation because this is like creating a whole world on paper or on a screen. Alright, so here we have a change. And let's see if I can just move a little bit forward from here. I think that's a good place to pause. Alright. Share the story. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that, and people on Instagram have to go to my YouTube to finish watching the whole thing. Alright, so the leg, this leg is the one that lands. I think this should be, let me see, put the circle here. From this circle, this leg comes out here. Boom. And this leg comes out this way. Appreciate people's time coming in on a Monday night. Monday night? Yes, Monday? Yeah, Monday night. And, you know, I really enjoy the conversation. I wish we could keep it going. But it's about that time to call it off. Tomorrow is another day where people can talk some more. But I appreciate people coming in and chopping it up. I'm learning a lot, by the way, from everyone that's conversating and joining the conversation. So it's a perfect place to say, never stop learning for you, because when you learn, you can teach others. And yeah, that's what I enjoy. I enjoy teaching and I enjoy learning. Because once I learn, I can teach people. Exactly. And that's what I'm doing. I'm learning and teaching and teaching and learning. Learning and teaching and teaching and learning. Pretty simple. And sharing, actually. So learning, teaching, and sharing. Boom. So he's about to flip from here. Alright, so we got, let's see if this makes sense. Let's see. Let's make it further. Let's make this longer now. And now these next frames will be super quick because I already got an hour in, and I don't want to make people overwatch too much into this thing. So, alright, so that's a good place right there. Let's see. He opens up his arms. And this is pretty much studying. That's a good one there. All right, so again, we go back to this leg, to the pivot point. And so another tip about this program is that I have the key here, so every time I draw, so you see like here, I draw and no new frame gets created, but once I create, I just leave the key on, this key here. Yeah, you can see that. Now if I draw, a new frame is created, and that's how I've been animating the whole time. Have the one frame on, and now this leg comes all the way back here. Create the S curves. Boom. The circle is right here. I see we stay in place, but the leg comes out. Alright, let's see. Man, and I wish I would have stayed live on Instagram, but I can't stay so long. I have to work out now and have to do the dishes. Because if I prolong, I'll be going to sleep at 1 a.m. But I want to go to sleep early, even though time is irrelevant in these days, because you wake up whatever time you want. But I have a lot of work to do, and a lot of clients that I gotta keep happy. Alright, I think it made his leg too tall. Alright, so speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. Alright, so we got this. Oh yeah, so speeding it up, you also make less strokes. And I guess tomorrow I can talk about pencil line and strokes, how to get more confident in drawing. That could be something to talk about. Something that I've been experiencing myself, because I lose the confidence and like, what happened? All these doodle lines, all these sketchy lines, is lack of confidence. That's what it's called. Lack of confidence and lack of trust in the stroke. Alright, so we got this guy, boom, it's about to fly. Alright, so we got frame 25. And there he was a little bit lower, but that's fine. Ooh, that's too far. So we got one leg up, and that's probably good right there. So we're timing it from left, up, right, down, and then their in-betweens are boom, 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 which is a Wing Chun technique. I don't know a lot about it, but from what a little bit I know, you attack from here, attack from here, attack from here. No, wait, you defend here, and you attack here, attack, attack, attack. So yeah, Wing Chun lesson 101. All right, and all right, so we go back to drawing the center of his body. Let's make as little stroke as possible. Let's make this a little bit oval. And now the leg pivot doesn't matter because he actually comes off the ground. Let's make this a little higher. Alright, so one leg comes out here. Kiko told my secret, man. My nickname is Chanche. And that's why my character, my campesino character, is called Chanco. Because it's almost like my name, but with my middle name. And I might as well say my whole government here now. Let me put them in commercials. I don't like commercials. They pay the bills. And I respect that, but I can control commercials on Spotify. And shout out to Spotify, by the way, for having free copyright music. I mean, copyright free music, there we go. And free music, yeah. Alright, the leg is gonna come out here. So we're doing the directionals, north, south, east, west. That hand comes out here, the other arm. Nope, still commercials. All of us can come back. Alright. And here we go. So we got from here, boom, boom. This is the ground, yeah? Alright, let's see. We got a flying. A flying man. Alright, so this leg, triangles and circles and rectangles are your friends if you're an animator. That's pretty much what everything you draw is. Boom, this guy goes flying. Alright. And I've been wanting to share, like, as soon as I put the video, I want to share it, but I'm like a little behind on some inspirations, things that I've been following. Did he go higher? Let's see. And I mean on my Instagram posts. As I do the live, I want to share the next day, but I also do use some of these lives for inspiration. For, you know, just personal pieces, and not just let these live go to waste, but use them and make pieces out of them. And in the past, we were doing conversations in my previous, and I'll draw the conversation we'll be having. But today, we're just doing animation. Alright, so that's good. He didn't go up as much, but his whole body shifted. His what do you call this? His core is here on this side now. It shifted. His head is sort of this motion now. There we go. So his head is, his body actually, his body came out all the way out here. And now is that I'm getting comfortable with the drawings. After an hour is that I'm warmed up. So now the strokes come out a little easier. Alright, and the leg come out here, and the other part comes out all the way. Boom. Yeah. Never stop learning for you, never stop learning for you. Never stop learning for you. If you can hear the music, I'll put it up a little bit. Yeah. One day I decided to learn and share. I always dreamed that I could rap. One day probably I would. One day. By the way, if you are wondering where I got these from, it's on my website. Just go to my shop and you can buy a mug with my logo on it. And you can buy other things. Check it out, Artclstudios/shop. I know someone's at the end of the video, but shameless plug. Alright, the hand comes up here, and now he's moving and rotating. Leg could be a little lower. Let me know if you want to see any tutorials to whatever, you know. So I'm starting this, my learning journey. I also could teach. Alright, and here we have the landing. So the landing, it's like right here, his leg is in this weird position. And you know the funny thing I just realized? I made this background line to symbolize the ground, but let me bring this down a little bit. I didn't realize that I'm not using the ground, that's the ground. There we go. So let's make this a little longer, there we go. And now I can scrub. Yeah, I forgot that I can just scrub through this whole thing. And boom. There's probably like a jump that he could have done there, but the motion makes him jump automatically. Alright, so it's 11:49. I'm 1 hour and 14 minutes in. I went past the hour mark, or hour and 10 minutes I was supposed to do. And now this thing doesn't want to drop. Okay, there we go. Alright, so the other leg comes up, and again, like, so the other, another tip, oops, I'm drawing on the wrong layer, yep, just delete from the background, put it on the midground, and we're cooking again. We're cooking again, we're cooking again. Alright, so here's another tip about animation. It's like everything has to do with curves, right? Like I said, S curves, C curves, but these curves, it's essential to follow, so that way you can tell how you don't deform the body so much. Although I said you can deform it, sometimes it's good to know what's deformed and what not, right? So here we go. So we have this leg here, and the curve goes from here to here, and that makes sense. And then from here to here, that's the curve. And then if this went like this and that went like that, then the body should go from here to here, right? Close. So yeah, so the body should be moving less than the legs. Alright. We got the body up here. Now this guy, Quebrado, I gotta know his name, Aka Quebrado, almost falls, but he recuperates the landing pretty smooth, as we will see in the next frames. I made his body too stretched. The leg comes out, and the landing is over here. The hand comes out from the back. Alright, so the other hand is up here. Boom. Let's see what looks like. Alright. His head is too. Oops. His head is, there we go, that's better. Alright, the leg is up here. Let's see what happens next. So he's about to fall, and he recuperates himself by going backward. Boom, amazing, and doesn't fall. Alright, so if it was up to me right there, I would have fell right there, boom. Alright, so that leg stays pivot there, and he brings it down. But you see, body comes up, and I guess we can leave it there for now. So he goes back, the leg stays on the floor. Then I'm supposed to work out, but time is ticking. Probably do a quick workout, a couple of push-ups, call it a night. And by the way, I am doing these live streams for now because this is something spontaneous that happened, and it's quick. I don't have to edit, which editing is what kills me sometimes. But I also want to do shorter videos. I want to do 10 to 6 minute videos, 6 to 10 minute videos, 6 to 10, yep, 6 to 10 minutes, which were videos that I was doing before, and sort of having sort of comedic relief in the videos and things like that. But I haven't had time to do those because I surprisingly gotten a lot of clients in these times of quarantine. And yeah, I need to get their work done and also do my work, which is to draw for me. You know, because if I only work for people, for clients, this shit would become boring. Therefore, I have to do it for me first and then for the clients. Alright, let's see what that looks like. I'm losing the shapes here now. It's chest. Boom. All right, so I got 10 more minutes, and that's it. I'm fine. I'm done. I'm done. Really, really. Wow, he got really tiny. Whoa. He started super big, and he's getting really small. All right, and now he's saving his fall. Boom. His foot's on the ground. This one stay there. His butt is over here. Bring down the leg, and it's getting really tinier and tinier. All right, his other leg comes out here. His body comes up from the fall, saving by the grace of God. His hand comes out here. His other hand is back here. Now I'm just really lazy and not really looking at shapes. Just want to get this thing done to say that I did something today. And I'll move on to the next frame. And he turns around for the save. Alright, so now his pivot is this leg. Pivot is really important. It's like basketball. You're only allowed to move the pivot. Pivot the leg, you're only supposed to move the other leg. So we do this in animation too. Alright, so this other leg is being picked up a bit while he pivots on that one. And gotta keep watching animation so that I can study them and get better at it. Alright, his head turns. Oh yeah, there's also the action line that I didn't mention. The action line is what happens inside the body. So, damn. So many lessons to teach and so many things to learn. The action line would be something inside the body, so the head would be here, and the guy would be standing like this. This leg would be like this. Action line. Alright. There we go. One hand, triangle for forearm, shoulder, rectangle, another triangle, and a circle. And we toughen up the neck. Let's see what that looks like. He's turning. Boom, he turns. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, next frame. And I'm only doing, again, simple shapes to show pretty much the sketch of it all. So again, this leg stays pivot to the ground. This one will be the saving grace leg. And then triangle here. And yeah, he really got small. Whoa, it's like he's going backwards as he's flipping. But in the video, he's in place. Whoa. Alright, I guess we learned two effects. As things get smaller, they get further, and as they get closer, they get bigger. So we learned two lessons. Hooray me for teaching without intending to teach. Alright. So we get the other leg out here. This leg, can't see it because the body's gonna cover it. So, and when I do the body, the things I focus on are like the back, the arch of the back, and the shoulders. So these are the two shoulders, the elbow, I guess the collarbones, as may call it, and the shoulders. One shoulder starts here, arm goes down here, and then the triangle to come out. The hand is open, the leg doesn't show. So I erase the inside of the arm, and the leg is here. The action line comes down here. Connecting, the other arm goes up and triangle out here. Boom. And if it gets too busy, if it gets too many lines, just erase inside. Erase, erase. Oh yeah, no commercials. They're not paying me. I mean, they are, but not really. I'm just kidding. I just don't want to listen to people talk. besides me. And the music. Alright. So we got this leg is out here and boom. The arm is really skinny. Let's make him a brolic arm. Boom. 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 He's saving his fall. And I didn't add any effects. That one has a swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. There should be another swoosh there. That goes like this. And another swoosh that goes like that. Let's see, yeah. Let's see. See, he disappears like Naruto. There we go. I can probably erase that and just leave it like that. And the effects are sort of some things that are added last in animation, especially if it's special effects and things like that. They're added at the end after the whole animation is done. And there's so many runs that go by. If you look up animation, some probably I can feature next time, where you'll see all the runs from sketch to the action lines to the line art to the color, then the special effects come in. Alright, so he goes one hand, he drags the other foot. So he goes from there. Can I move this somewhere? Oh yeah, perfect. This whole time I'm struggling. Alright, so brings alright, so the hand comes down before the leg. Yeah, you see that? Boom, hand is planted. So now the hand becomes a pivot. So the hand comes to the ground. Let's call this the hand. The leg comes up a bit. The body, the core is there. The leg is here. Let's erase that. And now the body is somewhere here. Head is right here. Shoulders there. And this is sort of like an identifying game. You know, you identify where things are, then you just place them sort of like a map. Alright, so can erase this. And once if you're able to guide things properly, listen properly. If you can listen properly. If you don't know the reference, yeah, it's some reference. Yeah, so if you're able to guide your eye and guide people, if you're a good traveler, you'll be good at animation too. So you're guiding the eye to what you want people to see. The leg comes out here. Again, I close these shapes even though they're not closed because it's easier for me to follow. Alright, so we got boom, boom, boom. You see the leg is supposed to go up a bit, so let's move him up. Boom. Alright. It is 12 o'clock midnight, 1 hour and 28 minutes in, and I have yet to finish. I promise I'll be done soon. Alright, so this hand stays in place. Alright, so now the head is right in the middle. The torso is here. The whole back is pretty much so collar, bones, shoulders, arms, and now the back is somewhere here. And again, I appreciate people joining, or whoever joined in the other social media on Instagram, which is where I do most of my lives, where I interact with talking people. But I appreciate if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you leave a comment, you like and subscribe. Really appreciate the people who are joining in the YouTube world. Alright. And the leg comes down here. You can barely see the leg as it's covered. And where is he going from here? Is he going back up? Let's see. Oh, he gets out. Oh, okay, I see. He gets out of the frame in a way. Alright. And as that leg stays from here to here, I think that's good enough. I can probably just make him big again when I'm done with the drawing. This is where I started getting smaller. Yeah, so I should get back to being big again. He's just ate a Mario mushroom, so he's growing. Look at him grow. He's a big guy. Oh, they grow up so fast. Alright, so let's see what that looks like. And he's back on the ground. Alright. So almost out of here. This hand is a pivot hand now. And his arm is coming up. His butt is over here now, so he's switching. I used to have so many wrong theories about animation before. When I just did animation for my mind, it was such a slow process when you think you know what you're drawing, but you have no idea what you're drawing. It's such a slow process. So I recommend you use references. Yes, references are your friend. You know, and use them. They exist, and as we live in a world of images and technology, use as many references as you can. There's also a method called rotoscoping where you pretty much trace over the drawing, which makes this process way faster. I'm just doing this for my own learning purposes, but if it was a client work, I'll probably rotoscope a little bit of it. There's no shame in that. You know, it's just when work needs to be done quick, I don't have to think about where the arms or where the legs are going. I can just see where they are and right on it. Alright, so this is for me to practice sort of my anatomy and sort of grow my imagination. Alright, the leg is here, and did I get small again? Oh, there we go. He's sort of caught himself there. Boop, 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 boop. Alright. Oh, and my drawing thing is not lagging as much. Perfect. Alright, so is he almost out of the frame? Let's see. So this thing only allows you to play a certain amount. There we go. The previous animation that I did was a push-up challenge that kind of kicked off the animation thing again for me. Just fun to do, but this is a little more complicated than the push-up. In the push-up challenge, I only did like 5 frames and repeated it, and that's also tricks in animation. You can just repeat things that are the same, but as this is frame by frame, every frame is different in this animation. If this was a motion that would repeat over and over, you just copy and paste, which again saves a lot of time. And time is of the essence. I appreciate people coming in, people leaving. I appreciate you too. If you spend 2 minutes here, 5 minutes, that's good enough. And it's 12:08. My phone buzzes. I don't know who it is, but I'm not checking until I finish. And oh yeah, one trick that I learned about streaming, drawing, and talking, as the show is called, is to just say what is on my mind. That way, there's always something to be said, because the mind is almost always doing something, thinking about something, where to go next. The leg is back here, you see? That I was just thinking, and I said it out loud. Alright, so this guy's hand, sort of here, And that looks like we're out of here. Let's see. Whoa, we start super huge. Let me mark this guy's size. So I can mark it on the background to see pretty much he's like this tall. If we were to stand up straight. Let's go, boom. Just gotta make sure that I keep this also got really tiny, even though you can't tell what that is. And there, we can make him bigger too. There, we can make. Let's see what that is. The timing is a little off. Let's see, boom. Alright, so start from the end. You can make him a bit bigger. And always remember what the pivot is. Pivot leg. Let's make him bigger. Too big. And there. And bigger too. Let's see. Oh, there we go. That was the thing. So if I did it that way, then I couldn't tell which one was the pivot. So it might mess up. So that leg there. Alright, this is dragging now. This is the boring part where you just find things and placements. But this might also be one of the most important important things, so that way everything may look cohesive. Alright. Boom. And not falling. So size does matter, ladies and gentlemen. It does matter, because otherwise you won't believe it. Alright, so the other leg saves the fall there. He's back to almost being his regular size. And what happened here? Boom. That's pretty good. And this, let's see. Boom. That hand comes down. That hand, whoa, we flipped there. So we're moving back a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. And he's back up. Which leg? Nope. So he moves back more, because this is the pivot leg on this one. So there we go. There he looks like he stood up. And now we get to watch the magic from the beginning. Mute and frame number 1. Wait, we just hit play. And let's see what happens when we export this. We export this. And by the way, as people are doing these animations, they'll do a lot of markings and empty it out as a MP4, export as MP4. They do a lot of markings and writings as they're writing, as they're drawing. That way, let's call this drawing and talking animation. And we can call this Acá Quebrado, which is the model, the capoeirista here on the video. And it's exporting everything as a video. So yeah, so as people animate, they do a lot of writing on it so they can remember the timing and things like that. That's something a bit more advanced that I have to learn more about. And I have a bunch of books. I mean, I have one essential animation book that I can use for that, but I have to study more. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. And I know I was looking down for the most part. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoy this. Never stop learning for you, because when you learn, you can teach others. Keep the teaching going. Peace. Have a good one. Wait. Yeah, before I go, let me show the animation. Yeah. That's, let me... Sketchbook animation, and then I'm gonna play this so that we can see what the result of it is. Where is it? Alright, so I'll show it here. See what this looks like. All the frames are still there. Okay. So I'll be putting it up on my Instagram. Yeah, I'll just put it tomorrow, and then I'll make some changes. Oh. Yeah. Peace out, everyone. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys learned something from here. Never stop learning for you. Goodbye.